Deadly school shooting in Parkland, and tonight we are learning more about what confessed shooter Nikolas Cruz said during his 11 hours of interrogation.
Cruz told a Broward Sheriff's detective that a demon was in his head. CBS 4's Carrie Codd is live at the jail in Fort Lauderdale with more on what was revealed in more than 200 pages of documents. Carrie.
It is a lot to take in. We learn about what was happening in Nikolas Cruz's life the day, the week, the months prior to the shooting. We learn about his relationship with his brother. And as you mentioned, what he said was a voice in his head. What we don't learn from this statement are a lot of the specifics about what happened the day of the shooting. That's because under public record law, that information is exempt from public view because it relates to a possible confession. We do know from the arrest report in this case that Cruz did confess to going on to the campus of Marjory Stoneman Douglas on February 14th and carrying out a violent attack. Police officers arrested Nikolas Cruz around 3:40 p.m. on February 14th. By about 6:15 that day, Cruz sat in front of a seasoned BSO detective to answer questions about one of the deadliest school shootings in American history. But it was comments that Cruz made while alone in the room that reveal much about his thinking. At one point, he said, "Kill me. Just expletive, kill me. Expletive." The information is contained in a more than 200-page statement that the Broward State Attorney's Office released Monday. During the interview with BSO Detective John Curcio, Cruz said he twice tried to kill himself in the past and felt lonely and depressed for years, especially after his mother Linda died last November. He also said that he hears a voice or a demon in his head. Curcio asked him, "What does the voice say to you? What does it tell you to do?" Cruz said, "Burn, kill, destroy." Curcio said, "Okay, burn, kill, destroy what?" Cruz said, "Anything." But the detective wasn't buying it, poking holes in Cruz's stories. At one point, Curcio said, "I think you're using the demon as an excuse." Cruz also said that he cuts himself. "Cut myself to the point where it just starts pouring," he said. Cruz said he cut himself on the morning of the shooting while he was out fishing. The topic of guns came up. Cruz said he owned several and bought them legally. The detective asked him about his AR-15. Curcio said, "What made you choose out of all guns to want to buy an AR-15? Cruz said, "Cool looking." We also learned Cruz had other violent plans, including an idea a week before the shooting at Stoneman Douglas to shoot up a park. Curcio said, "You were going to start shooting people at the park?" Cruz said, "Yeah." Curcio said, "And did you have a city picked out for what park you wanted to do?" Cruz nodded his head no. Curcio said, "No? What kept?" And Cruz replied, "I didn't want to do it." At the end of his interrogation at BSO, investigators let Zachary Cruz, Nikolas's brother, meet with him. They talked about their late mother. Zachary Cruz said, "What do you think Mom would think right now if she was..." Nikolas Cruz replied, "She would cry." Zachary agreed, "She would cry." Zachary Cruz, during that meeting, apologized to his brother for not being nicer to him while they were growing up. Then Zachary Cruz told his brother he knew what he did that day, but he still loved him. The Broward State Attorney's Office told me earlier today they are planning to release the video portion of that statement sometime tomorrow. Live in Fort Lauderdale, Carrie Codd, CBS 4 News Tonight.